Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm Dave, and today I'm going to be talking about the American Standard Passage Collection shower wall system. This isn't really a how-to install video system, more about just tips on what to do. By the way, if you were frustrated about not being able to get samples from American Standard, I had taken some of my unused portion of my wall and I've cut them up so that they can be sold as samples. Check out the link if you're interested. So I did a full bathroom renovation. This right here is the before picture, and it was a fully functioning bathroom. Everything was working okay. We just wanted a facelift, make it a little more updated, make it look nice. So first step, of course, was to take it all out. And I took out every bit of tile, cutting down to the studs and ripping out the shower pan, as you can see here. Even brought it all the way down to the subfloor, so we had to put a new floor there in as well. And one important thing when you're figuring out your process is that the shower pan, if you choose to use it, goes up to the studs, doesn't go up to the sheetrock. So cut all the sheetrock out, put it up to the studs, and then put sheetrock in. And I was actually putting in a back wall. As you can see on the right here, there's electrical running that wall as well. And so I had to make sure that was all set before I did the sheetrocking. Now I did tape and mud in the shower, although I didn't need to. You can put that passage wall system up on not taped and mudded walls, but I wanted to do it for practice for the rest of the room. And of course did all the sanding. I didn't worry too much about behind the walls making it look perfect, but I wanted to look okay and get that practice in. Once I was done with the sheetrocking, I primed and painted everywhere that the passage wall wasn't going to cover. And then I took a damp cloth and wiped off the back of the panels as well as the sheetrock to get all the dust off so the adhesive would hold nice and tight. And the type of adhesive I used was the kind recommended by American Standard. It's this Liquid Nails brand, Fuse It. And I ended up buying 4 tubes, one behind each wall system. First things first, dry fit. I took the tongue and groove panels, put them together, and cut them to the right width to leave like about an 1/8 inch gap on the left and right side for the silicone to go later. And when you're putting this up, it's important to get some help. It's kind of hard to hold everything at the same time. So if you got one of these around, teenager, sometimes they can be helpful. I also use some shims in the top corner to squeeze that panel together. If you get up nice and close, you can see that there is a seam there, but it is hard to see. One nice thing to do would be to put a small amount of that adhesive on the tongue and groove. So when it squeezes together, it's going to hold tight. Have a cloth with some mineral spirits handy to wipe that adhesive off if it squeezes out. It was then time to move on to the back panel of the shower, but I lost my teenager, so I ended up getting some clamps and a long shower pole to help hold the pressure on the back wall. Then it was time for the front wall, and that one was quite a bit more tricky because I had to make sure that the top seam lined up, the bottom seam lined up, and the cut around the valve. So you know what they say, measure twice, cut once. I made sure to be very careful to get it all lined up. And then I put the adhesive on the back of the panel and clamped and put the shower pole up to make sure it was hold tight. Make sure you leave a slight gap in the corner for the silicone to go. And also make sure you keep it clamped and held for quite a while. I had mine on for about an hour and I had to release the clamps for some reason, and I noticed it started to pull away from the wall. So it's important to keep it clamped up tight for quite a while. And by the next day I knew that the adhesive will have set up enough that I could do the silicone sealant. And I had found this oyster gray color matched the Pewter Travertine quite nicely. So I did the corners and made sure to do along the bottom, get a nice solid seal at the bottom, as well as the top, above along the top there, so any water that would get up there won't get down behind the walls. And once the silicone was done, the shower was looking quite nice. Finally, it was time to install the glass doors, a shelf, and a shower dispenser with shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. When I installed that, I made sure to put a small amount of silicone on the back of all the anchors and the screws to make sure that the wall system would be completely sealed. So there you have it, the before and after pictures. I really enjoyed installing the Passage Collection system from American Standard. It was smooth, clean, and I love the way it looks. And, well, more importantly, my wife does. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or want some tips, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll do my best to help.